Hello everyone, this is Lorna, and I'm back with another video for Vanguard Zero. Breaking news announcement. I'm actually going to bed very early tonight, which is unusual for me, but I think it is something that I wish to do. I'm going to get up very early, and it's going to be absurd. I just don't feel like being up for much longer because of what happened earlier. Imagine being hurt over that. I seem to have absolutely no sense of decency whatsoever. And I know it's awful and disgusting, but give me a minute. I understand. I know. But I think that it has to do with something internal. My bad. I'm getting words mixed up. I meant internal there. I'm not sure. Maybe I actually said that originally. I am not sure. Now, you may be confused as to why I'm bothering to reload the emulator right now when I said earlier that if it froze, I would probably just restart the video. Well, this is a different story. I actually decided I don't want to do that. I will just restart the emulator. And also, it froze like that because I left it there for so long. That's how long I was busy writing a description. I mean, admittedly, it's not really that long of a description, but it's about it. I was last recording a video maybe an hour or so ago. So there is that. Yeah, I'm coming back to this like an hour later. I'm not trying to say that I was hurt for... I'm not saying that I'm hurt because of what I was told necessarily. I just feel like I didn't get the response that I really needed, you know? I was told that I was so loud, I was probably making it very likely. I was told that my mom couldn't really sleep with how loud I was. But I don't feel like that was very descriptive of just how loud I was. And there's like this language misunderstanding here. And I would like to clear this up, but obviously I can't because my mom is tired. She's sleeping. I'm trying to respect that. I'm doing the best I can. Although, admittedly, I do feel like I'm about to go freaking berserk. Is it okay for me to bring out the F-bomb? Or is YouTube going to be like, no? To be honest, YouTube is... I know that YouTube gets a lot of shit, and rightfully so. But I feel like it censors me less compared to how I feel in my own home. I do realize this is probably... I realize this is probably new creator privilege. YouTube barely knows I exist. So, of course I'm going to say things like that because it's not targeting my channel for anything. And I'm not monetizing anything. So, YouTube doesn't know I exist. I'm a small channel. Of course there are limitations that I'm not getting because YouTube doesn't yet know that I'm around. But here's the thing. If they did know, I don't think they would censor me as badly as I feel I'm censored at home. This doesn't actually mean that I'm getting censored worse at home. It just means that I feel that way. And my brain is, well, it's not exactly operating in the most logical way possible, as you might imagine. I mean, I wish that it was functioning normally, but it's not, and I have to accept the fact. Although I'm not sure what my therapist is supposed to do about this. I mean, I would love to hear her out, but what can she say about a situation I've already talked to her a billion times about? I mean, she can help me deal with some things, but the situation isn't just about me. It's about people that are around me that I cannot control. It's just me that I can control. So considering how my brain has responded to my circumstances, it's almost as though reality just doesn't matter anymore, because my brain perceives a potential threat, and it perceives that the threat is still there, and there's no one doing anything about it. My brain has this interpretation of reality that isn't true, and obviously I know this, but the part of me that's still a primal animal is just like, there's still a threat here. There's still a threat. And I think that's raising my anger levels a bit. Although I'm sure there are other reasons that I feel this way that have nothing to do with anything I'm dealing with at home. Like, there are some internal problems that are not related to my family at all. And I think it is important to say this because I may give off the impression that this isn't the case, when actually I am aware that I have other issues that have nothing to do with them. That isn't the problem. The problem is, it's not just me that's a problem. That's the problem. If it was just me, then my therapist could be like, hey, you're being a bit toxic. You need to stop doing this or that. It may be causing some problems between you and people around you. And I'd be like, oh, I did not know that. I will have to work on this and avoid being that way. And then, of course, it would be easier to work with that kind of mindset, because it would just be me that's the issue. But I think this is something that's more complex, something that isn't as easy to deal with. And because of that, as well as my general personality, I think there are things that just aren't normal. That, well, it may not be normal necessarily, but because of my personality and how I've come to develop as an adult, I've now developed into someone that has been severely damaged by the living situation that has now become more of a trap than anything else. And I do want to acknowledge that I am willingly living here. It is not against my will. I am able to leave at any time. This would just be a stupid decision. And I don't really like to be stupid. I know that my misplays may make you question, but there's more to me than my misplays, okay? Let's remember that. I am more than my misplays. And anyway, I realize that there are certain things about my behavior that may be complicating the situation a bit. And I do think that I should be doing things, if that is indeed the case, and continue to seek to improve to the best of my capability. But when it does come to my capabilities, I do have limits. I can't change something about me that is a problem because of an external force. I can try to learn to respond to external factors better, but that doesn't change the core problem, which is, of course, that my sister isn't taking accountability for how her actions affect other people. Unfortunately, I think it may be a bit too late for our relationship as siblings to be preserved and actually repaired. I do not think it's possible, but who knows. Maybe one day I'll transform into a saint and I'll forgive everything she's done. But I'm not holding my breath because I don't even know what's required to be a saint. And I've never considered myself anywhere on par with being a saint. That's just not realistic for me. At least that's what I think. I really think that so far I've proven I am not a saint. I think my last video is already evidence enough. I don't think that I need any further evidence than the video before this one. That video alone tells you everything you need to know. But if you need further information, you can watch my Duel Links videos, which will further drive that point home. Ugh. He did it! The vanguard can't fight alone. It needs legion mate and rear guards. They're only the strongest when you get them all together. Kamui, I'm happy. Kai, I know it means you are looking out for us. It's not easy saying this, but I admit it. You're our vanguard. So don't forget, you, the vanguard, got us rear guards, who get right back up again, no matter how many times we fall. Kamui. Awesome, you beat Kai. Damn it, I can't lose either. Kai, I'm gonna get a lot stronger too. You watch me. I support your development process, Naoki. I refuse to be left behind too. I approve, Misaki. Today he got all the glory, huh? I don't mind either. Quitting after a loss would be frustrating. Get me involved up to my neck. We're mates, right? I said it earlier, but with our opponents this time, you can't fight unless you're prepared for danger. So please, fight with me. You don't gotta ask. Yeah. Of course we will. Yep. Alright, now that that's satisfied, let's not waste time. Everyone, you're leaving? That's right, all together. See you later. I should pause here for a second to... What was I even going to say? It was something about when I was going to sleep. I think I was going to say something else, though. Something else. Did it have anything to do with Kai? Anything? Anyone else that was there in that scene besides Shin? Anything to do with how long Miwa has known Kai? That would mean Kai's involved in my... I'm confused. I know I was going to say something else and I have no idea what it was. Oh, right. I remember now. I actually do have respect for others. And I know that I shouldn't be too loud while people are trying to sleep. Obviously, that is something that I want to respect. And I'm doing my best right now to actually display that respect. But I do feel like there are things within me that have to be processed and dealt with, and definitely going to be easier to deal with those things after this shutdown arc. I hope this shutdown arc doesn't make them worse. What does that mean? Well, I don't know. Do I actually want to confess to everything like I said I was going to? Should I? I'm not sure I should. But I don't know. I might slip up. I'll be honest here. I might slip up. But, I mean, what is that supposed to mean? Well, you see, I have a healthy imagination. Well, I'm not sure if it's healthy anymore, but it used to be before everything that happened. Where would I say everything happened? What time frame am I looking at? Because I've had writer's block for over a decade, or at least I claim I have. And, I don't think I was ever normal when it came to my imagination. But that's not the point. The point is, I'm a bit weird. And because of how socially isolated I am, there are ways I've found that are that are I found things to help me cope with reality. And since I was doing this since I was very young, you might imagine that eventually I'd become a bit weird. Uh, if I was playing the right game, I'd compare myself to someone right now, but that would also not. Yeah, sure. Whatever, brain. Whatever. Yeah, I'm just openly admitting that this is not the card game where I would compare myself to someone that that is equally as weird, but in a bit of a different way. Actually, would I say as weird or am I weird? Am I more weird? Have I surpassed that level of weirdness? I don't know. How many people watching my Duel Links videos watch these? I'm not sure. Anyway, hmm. I don't want to sound like an entitled prick. Although I do feel like I'd heal quicker if I was one for, you know, a certain amount of time. And I didn't go overboard with that. And I allowed myself to be a selfish bitch every now and then. Just, I don't overdo it. And I don't hurt anyone by being one. You know, reasonable levels and all that. But I don't like certain things. I don't like acting in certain ways. So that's a problem because I I think that it's possible and that this anger is entirely self-created. This anger could be entirely self-created. There is no external cause for it. It's just me. Just me. Which is terrifying to think about, but it'll be easier to process that when I can go do other things instead of recording videos for a shutdown arc. I do love this game. I do. That's why I'm playing it again. But I am on a tight schedule, and unlike Corin, I am not a master at controlling how I use my time. I don't even understand time. I think I need help with that. Does anyone know how to understand time? Um, Please don't actually explain that. I know there's a lot of scientific stuff that goes into that, and I am not the most scientific person out there. I do tend to be logical, but I'm not necessarily the kind of logic that that I would like to portray myself as. And because obviously I've thrown that out the window just to cope with my situation. This doesn't mean that there isn't a way to explain my experiences in a properly organized fashion. And it doesn't mean that I can't be reasonable when it comes to certain discussions, but going into all my weird is going to have to be saved for another day. I may go into some of that during the shutdown arc, or I might not. I'm thinking I probably will, just because I'm so pissed. And it would be convenient. And I could explain that I'm pissed for reasons that have nothing to do with external events. I think I'm going to just read this now. I think everyone gets the idea that I'm not trying to be a bitch. I'm just doing my best. And I am planning to discuss this with my therapist. So, it's not like I'm going to stay silent and just toxic. No. I'm trying to avoid that. Although it's very difficult. I must admit, I have no understanding of what I'm dealing with here. And that's making me very nervous. Because how do I explain myself if I can't be sure I understand? Gaylord, it's your time. Gaylord, it's your time. I don't believe they'll back down now. The next move is necessary. Oh, that was the end of the scene? That's interesting. That's just, I was just there at the end of this scene. And for the rest of the video. Just the last line. Okay. I'm trying to remember something and I can't. Anyway, guys, that's going to wrap things up for this video. I'm going to record one more video, and then that's going to wrap things up for the night. I'm going to get up super early so I can get some things out of my system, so I can be a proper client instead of just venting like a billion words per hour. No, that's not therapy. I'm going in for actual therapy. I'm not using my therapist as some kind of, I don't even know what word would be, I'm not sure what word would be appropriate here. But basically, she's not like a verbal punching bag. I don't think that's right either, but she's not there to just listen to me complain over and over. She's there to help me. And I'm hoping that she can in some way, even though I have no idea what she's supposed to do in my situation. I don't think that the severity of my situation was covered in her training. I think that humanity still has ways to go when it comes to treating mental health. Now, as I can tell you, as someone with anhedonia, if you look up anhedonia, you'll find that it is very difficult to treat. It's a common symptom of countless mental illnesses, but it's still very difficult to treat. It's a feature of depression, a symptom of PTSD, and a number of other illnesses that I forgot about. Although I know that I probably have it from depression. But that doesn't really tell me anything else about it. Wasn't I supposed to end the video? Yeah, I'm going to wrap things up here. And then I said I was going to record one more. Just to jog my memory, because I'm seriously confused.